My name's Owen, I'm the Dungeon Master of our Return of the Giants campaign.
Hey guys, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Krasus, Antares, a Astral Elf Wizard.
Hi everybody, I'm Michael. I'm playing Tetra Knight, Circle Stars Druid.
Hi, my name's Claire. I am playing Nauthiz, or Now, who is a Dwarven Forged fighter.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Druid.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Niles Silverwind, the monk Owlin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. And may I say, it is wonderful to see all your lovely faces here. Now, unfortunately, this week we were unable to do our Curse of Strahd campaign on Monday and our Avatar Legends campaign on Tuesday, so I've got the shivers for D&D, so I'm very excited to be jumping back into to our Return of the Giants campaign tonight, the premier homebrew campaign for the Lost Archives. We have the full cast here once again. Now, I realise that I have not yet had a chance to update the intro video with Simon and Dave, even though they recorded it last week. I've not had a chance to update it. So, Simon, Dave, welcome back again. Thank you for joining us once more for our session. He's simple. Thank you, Dave.
Those are bunny ears.
Oh, they're bunny ears. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
That checks out.
The only real news I have before we jump into the session is an exciting stats update from YouTube. Just checked the numbers then, and we have hit 800 subscribers. So to all of you lovely people who have hit that subscribe button recently, thank you so much, you absolute legends. To those of you who hit it earlier, you legends. For those of you who are yet to do so, it's not too late. At any moment, you too could become one of the legends. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then you're a legend. You don't even have to hit the bell icon. If you do, I mean, that makes you an uber legend. But that's okay. Like, legend status is pretty good. I reckon we'll settle for legend status. I'm pretty sure from memory, I think last time I checked it was about 60-40 split. So awesome. So happy with that. You 60%ers, come jump across and let's see if we can reverse those numbers on the opposite way so that we've got 60% subscribed, 40% unsubscribed. I think that'd be awesome. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for listening. And it's such a pleasure to have you join us along for our journey through this campaign. I'm going to do a recap to get us all back into the zone of the campaign once again. Make sure we've all got ourselves ready for the session. Before I do, though, were there any fun news or fun announcements from you guys you wanted to share?
Not really, but
just,
I have one which is like tangentially related, but not quite. I finally, after a really long time of waiting, am playing. Oh my god, I've forgotten the freaking name of it.
Tears of the Kingdom?
No, still on. Zombies. Last of Us. Thank you. I managed to somehow avoid spoilers for my major ones. I'm actually playing it now because it's
enjoying
impressive. Which number? Which number are you playing?
First one.
Yeah.
On PC.
That's amazing.
And
I wish I could experience playing Last of Us again, like not knowing anything. It's
really?
good. Yeah.
It's one of those games where the first playthrough is kind of a bit special. And like subsequent playthroughs are great, but it's hard to kind of recapture that experience of a first playthrough. I'm trying to think of other games that are similar.
Man, like it's a bit different, but World of Warcraft for me, when I first played that when I was like young, that was mind blowing. Can't get that back. I was reading something about this really recently. It's funny you bring that up, and World of Warcraft was one of the ones that they talked about. It's the idea of immersion in a game is much easier when you're younger, and games have to try a lot harder to immerse adults in the same way that kids can just immerse themselves easily. And so the mark of, and one of the things that's really interesting is as our generation, the gaming generation has kind of grown up, games have become much more forcefully immersive.
Yeah.
which is really interesting because it's almost like as we get older, they're still pitching games for us. But by doing that, that means that the games are much easier for younger people to immerse themselves in anyway. So there's no detriment to doing this. But
I feel like games these days are harder to hit those notes now. Like
it's
very
much harder.
few and far between before you get a game that is like you have to sit back and be like, whoa.
It is. Well, I mean, as the whole industry develops, and like you said, it's like, the little gamers grow up to be the ones that make the games. Like we have this whole language around gaming, this whole shared conversation that's going on. So it's harder to hit those notes, those big high notes, because they're still drawing from all of this conversation in the past. They still have to have that conversation as part of the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people will be like, that doesn't make any sense. Why did you put a red barrel there that I couldn't blow up? So
yeah. There's this whole thing about color theory in games. How we've been programmed to notice colors and associate them with certain effects in games, and it's very hard to break away from that language now and that experience, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
There was a good YouTube series about a guy who made his wife play games who'd never played games before, and he'd sit with her and she'd play the game and he'd just watch and not say anything. So an example is the opening scene in Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
When the dragon attacks.
Yeah.
She just ran into a building and hid and just sat there waiting for the dragon to leave.
That's so funny because we all know that this is a scripted event. Quickly get to the next checkpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I can't imagine playing Skyrim again for the first time. I've played Skyrim through that many times, and I've just started another playthrough. I genuinely, what's it even like? If you've never played Skyrim, play it and let us know. I'd love to know what it's like to play for the first time. I think we talked about this last time. I've never even played vanilla Skyrim either. I've only ever played modern.
Oh wow.
I'm currently running 500 mods from one of the collections you can just download from Nexus, where you click a single button and it downloads all 500 mods, installs them, cleans them, and then runs them with no problems at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really
considering I started off with Skyrim on the PS3.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know. Modding for me on Skyrim is such a foreign concept because I'm so used to playing the original.
It's still an incredibly healthy community, the modding community.
Yeah,
There's still some incredibly cool stuff coming
in
out.
the DNA of the PC gaming platform as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
We'll say I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 at the moment.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Very good.
Enjoying it?
Very, very good. Yeah, I love it. I'm a big fan of the franchise, so this is right up my alley. It's it's just hitting all the right notes.
Yeah.
The medieval setting now, which is similar to 14, but also similar to the original Final Fantasies from 1, 2, 3, 4, that era. And there's so many references and things, but it's also at the same time very refreshing. I feel if you're gonna get into it, now's a good time because the game itself is you can pick it up and play. Anyone can pick it up and play it.
I've always wanted to get into Final Fantasy, but always found it a bit overwhelming to know which one to try.
Yeah.
So
I think this, if you were to get your hands on this would be the perfect.
I can get my hands on that.
Plus the boss battles. I don't want to say much about them, but the boss battles are legitimately some of the best boss battles I've ever played in gaming. Hands down.
It looks so epic.
They are incredible.
I'm convinced because the most recent game I played was Disco Elysium, which is I think the polar opposite of Final Fantasy. It's about as far removed from it as physically possible.
You do one boss battle and you're like, wow, that was a pretty good boss battle, and then you do another one, and you're like, that was even better. And it just every time you get to that bit where you fight,
got perfect
it just
escalation.
Gets better and better and better and better and better. It's just this escalation. It's just incredible.
That's hard to balance. I'm impressed if they've managed that. Like, that is hard to do. So that's awesome.
Great characters too. Like, really, really good characters. Yeah.
And then in between those epic boss battles, you do side quests like picking up herbs for the villagers.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's like a classic JRPG thing, though, right?
I love it. Don't get me wrong. That's not complaining. I just love the style contrast.
I wouldn't even say JRPG. That's classic RPG. I got the Nernroot quest in Skyrim the other day and went, oh, yeah, I remember this. 10 Crimson Nernroots.
They are good in this game because it does help to expand the lore of the game really well. Like, it doesn't... It just sort of... You get introduced to the world really well through the story, the world building through the side quests. Like, they are a little bit boring, but like they're also very interesting.
I'm sold. I'm in. I'm gonna give it a go.
Get your hands
that
on
sounds
it,
awesome. I'm gonna get my hands on it.
Not sponsored.
Oh, not sponsored. Now, let me do a recap. Speaking of games which are easy to immerse yourself in, let me do a recap of last session. and let's jump into our epic boss battle. And we left off with the initiative order in place, so we will be jumping straight back into that initiative order, which is very, very exciting. Alrighty, let's go. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, has formed a brand new team. Lyra, Tetra, Niles, Nauthiz and Krasus have been sent to the nearby settlement of Laspire to locate the hill giant fort recently seen flying overhead. Teaming up with Harry, a travelling merchant, the team explored the deserted town, discovering it overrun with clockwork creatures. The source of these constructs appeared to be a large sphere in the centre of town, clearly a remnant of ancient giant tech. After rescuing a member of the town and escaping back outside the walls, the group learnt that the vast majority of townsfolk had been captured while hiding in the woods. Travelling to a hidden cave near an underground river, the team discovered a prisoner deep inside the caves, Ember, a druid of the Wildfire Circle, who has now joined the party and is assisting them in their efforts to save the townsfolk who have been captured by the cult and defeating the remaining cultists. To this end, the group spent the last session employing a very clever use of illusionary magic from a wizard that the party have had a long association with through the Tempest Guild, a lovely old wizard named Balthazar, and very stealthy unlocking of cages and fancy footwork by our Owlin monk and Harengon rogue. However, a extremely unfortunate stealth check from Lyra revealed the party to Covanus and the other members of this cult, who immediately launched a series of attacks on the party. Despite some brutal damage being dealt out by these cultists, there are now only 2 remaining. Covanus, this earth Genasi of white marble and quartz crystals growing out through their body, and a water Genasi dressed in priestly robes. The rest of the party, while taking a bit of damage, have so far been keeping themselves somewhat ahead of the rest of these cultists. Last session, however, Covanus approached the party, deciding to take on Nauthiz and casting a very brutal spell against Niles, Crown of Madness. That is where we left off last session. Nauthiz having grown to an enormous size using, it was enlarged, wasn't it? I think.
Giant's Might.
Yeah.
Giant's Might, that's right. Yeah. Using Giant's Might to grow to a large size, while Covanus cast Crown of Madness on Niles.
I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, I saw your face. I was going to ask. I saw your face.
I was like, oh, that happened. Oh, no.
I knew it.
You'd forgotten that?
Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Oh, well, luckily we put that symbol on you. I think you even picked that symbol.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So,
watch the video when you do the edits, Owen, and watch Matt's face when he realizes.
I will make sure to, because I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be quite funny. Now, I believe we left off at the end of Covanus's go, because he had just cast Crown of Madness on Niles, and that is where we left off, which means we're going to jump straight away, jump into combat, jump into initiative, immediately over to Nauthiz.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Giant.
Hey.
I'm a giant statue. Welcome to the Lost Archives. I'm a giant statue. And Giant Statue would like to, first of all, I don't know how much insight Nauthiz has as to magic, but
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Yeah, would they perceive a change in Niles and recognise a spell when they see one?
I think
yeah,
he
make
basically
it.
has like a glowing crown around his head.
Make an Arcana check, but you watch as jagged, glowing crystals begin growing out around.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's an insight check, not an Arcana check. But what's your insight plus? It's still a natural 1 though. It's not going to be good.
Well, Arcana is -1, so that's a 0.
It's a 0. Nauthiz, you're pretty sure Niles just cast a spell against Covanus.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You're not sure
Cool.
what spell, but you're pretty sure you just saw Niles cast magic. You don't know how he's done magic, but Niles also is somehow king. He has a crown of crystals. He's king. He's king now.
Okay.
That's a 0. That's Nautiz's like internal thoughts on the magic. It's like Niles casts some spell and now he's king.
Okay.
I am the king.
Cool. In that case,
Hell.
Now this is going to do what they were originally going to do, and I want to chuck this large, heavy-looking thing at Covanus, please.
The rack. Let me bring it across to the battle maps. As you reach down and pick up this enormous wooden structure, imagine almost like the wooden frame of a bed, but on a slight angle, with gears inside to lengthen the bed, and metal and leather straps to hold a person in place so that as the handle is turned, the person is stretched in between. This is clearly a device used to inflict pain and to torture people. Nowadays, with your strength, I think your strength is what, 16? Something ridiculous?
18.
You just pick this up. Yeah, absolutely. You just pick it up.
Yeah. And I'm also large, so I think I can lift things one
Yes,
size larger.
you easily just pick this up. This wooden bed frame of some weird use, you're not sure what, is no match for you. You just lift it up and then throw it towards Covanus.
Mechanically, would this be a improvised weapon attack?
Exactly,
or
yeah. So you can
likely do it. Yeah.
You can, if you want to throw it, this is what I did for our Curse of Strahd campaign. You can treat it like it's a javelin.
Yep.
And that's the same stats as a thrown improvised weapon.
Okay. Because I was kind of hoping to pin him, potentially, or prone him or something like that.
If you wanted to do this as a grapple instead, and rather than grappling him, you try to like trap him underneath this, you could do it as almost like a grapple check. I'd allow that. And you're just using this device to kind of, okay, in that case then, you make a athletics check and he makes either a acrobatics or athletics check to avoid the grapple, if you'd like to use your action for that.
I would like to use my action for that, yes. No. And I'm hoping he'll go prone. That's my hope. Okay, here we go. So that's athletics. That's a bit better.
16. I'm so sorry. I rolled a 19 for...
I'm going to re-roll with my inspiration.
Okay. You've had that for a while.
I have had that since...
Session 3. 14.
Yeah. Never mind.
I'm so sorry now. As you slam this down... Covanus is still... The shield that he brought up before to protect from those attacks has been knocked and blasted apart by Tetra's blinding lights. But you watch as you sort of slam this down onto Covanus, trying to trap him within the wood and the slats, the crystals on him suddenly glow in another sort of formation, and he just nimbly steps to the side as you slam this down.
Okay. More direct approach. I'm going to get right up in his face.
Nice.
Not that
Brilliant. That might be a bit too in his face. There we go. For podcast listeners, the token for Nauthiz eclipsed Covanus almost completely. Anything else on your turn, Nauthiz?
Nope. I am blocking.
Lyra, it is your turn.
Alright, so she's going to run up to try and get line of sight, but that's 5, 10... So she should be able to reach Covanus from there, or do I need to get a little bit more of a vantage to get around now?
If you can see Covanus, Nauthiz is pretty big. I would say that like the way Nauthiz is kind of standing, you could try and like shoot through Nauthiz's legs or around Nauthiz. It's not going to require too much effort to shoot around Nauthiz, even though Nauthiz is like a larger size. Like, Nauthiz isn't perfectly spherical, completely taking up the space. Like, Nauthiz is still human proportions, or dwarf proportions.
So on her way past Tetra, she's going to drop a 2nd level healing word to sort of be like, that looks like that hurt. You okay there?
A little banged up, but thank you.
While you're doing that, Ali, could I get you to tilt your webcam down a bit so we can see your face, please? Just notice that you're... That's perfect. Absolute legend.
Did that healing word cast? It did not. Hang on. Sorry, I just gotta click on that.
Let's get some health back for Tetra. Tetra probably needed that health. How many hit points were you on, Tetra?
Well, if it was more than 1, but it was less than 3.
Were you on 2?
2.
Oh my god. Yep, that's a great use of healing word there, Ali. Perfectly timed.
Oh, is it going? Oh, hang on.
Do you have,
for some reason my VTT isn't.
That's okay. Just I can check it in the game log. I can see here that it was you rolled a con save.
It's not healing at all. Hang on, I know about this one.
I've just seen your full name for the first time, Simon. It's amazing.
Oh. Thank you.
Could you please say Ember's full name for everybody?
Yeah, I am Ember of the Collectums.
Oh no!
For those who haven't got the Pokemon reference yet.
Not leaning heavily into that at all.
No, subtle. Let's show don't tell. Amazing. 8 hit points for Tetra. Nice, Tetra. Lyra, what else would you like to do? That is your bonus action for Healing Word.
Then with my action, I'm going to try and hit him with a healing far out, a chill touch.
Yeah, not a problem. I think Chill Touch is within 30 feet. You are 45. You want to do a
120.
120 for Chill
120
Touch.
feet.
It is 2. I'm getting it mixed up with one of the other cantrips. Go for it. Yeah.
Except that's 7 to hit, so I don't think that's going to hit.
No, as you create this sort of like... Well, actually, yeah, what would Chill Touch look for Lyra? Is it like a special mushroom grows out and then puffs out this like icy spores at it, or...?
Yeah, like, I remember seeing like a mushroom ages ago, and it literally just sort of looks like zombie fingers growing out of the ground. So I'm sort of imagining just like a very decayed, dark looking, 5 fingers.
Dead man's hand.
Dead man's hand.
Yeah, I was going to say, for this game, let's call it Draugr's hand, as it like grows up from the...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Draugr's hand fungus. As it grows up, Nauthiz steps to the left, and he just watches this fungus growing up to grab onto Covanus. Just is crushed underneath Nauthiz's boots.
I assume Niles did that.
I mean, you don't even notice it. So this is so beneath you right now, literally. Alrighty, Lyra. Anything else on your turn, or is that? I think that might be it.
Take a step back towards Tetra, but she doesn't sort of want to leave Tetra too open, so she's sort of like trying to stay on the opposition side of him.
Very fair. Very, very fair. Ember of the Collectums.
All right. So, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. So I move next to Flicker, and then I'm going to use his teleportation. We're going to go and try and flank around. So we'll move 5, 10, 15. So off to the wall there.
Yep.
If my roll 23 or something. And from there, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Ooh, okay. So Ember, you rush up towards Flicker and then shoot Flicker. Like Flicker just, in this burst of flame, disappears and then reappears on the far wall, giving you this beautiful line of sight down towards Covanus and Nauthiz.
That's the one. So, I'll shoot all 3, obviously, just at him, at Corvus, and let's see, here we go. So
I love Scorching Ray. It's one of my favourite spells.
Say 24.
24 is going to hit.
Perfect. The second
I think you roll...
one
got
is...
it.
3. So that's the first one. Second one... 18.
18 is... Ooh, let me have a quick look. 18 is... Yes, 18 is going to hit.
Perfect. And last one is a 15.
15 is not going to hit. Roll me some damage for 2 rays. As these blasts of fire begin shooting out from your fingers, Ember. Or are these coming from Flicker? Does Flicker open their mouth and the rays?
It will be coming from Flicker eventually, but at the moment this is actually just from me. So, I'm launching these from my hands. I'm shooting out the fire. So I imagine I'd actually be using it like part of the flame that I'm getting out of my my little emblem as well.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 for the first. That is brilliant. And for the second, 9. Very nice indeed.
Perfect. And that's my action and bonus action.
Brilliant. As these blasts of fire shoot towards Covanus, the fire seems, as it blasts against the earth Genasi chest, against this marble chest, you watch as part of the robe burns away, revealing this almost, white marble porcelain skin, cracked with all of these veins of quartz crystal growing through the center of them. Covanus just looks up towards you, Ember, cocks their head. Fire. have no need to fear fire. I am of the earth and fire, the wind and waves. As they stare at you, Ember.
Oh no.
It does look like that did some damage, though. It's,
He was getting
Probably resisted.
No, elemental attunement, elemental adept.
Oh, okay.
doesn't
So he
ignores-
he took it on the chin and then he like decided to have a go at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Ember?
No, that's it for my turn.
No problem at all. Krasus!
Okay, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can now observe the
Krasus
map?
finally moving up into the room to see what's going on.
Okay.
Lyra's beaten and bloody. She's like, it's good to see you.
Oh, hey! Welcome to hell.
Oh, I tell you, you've seen better
Population,
days.
us.
Population us.
Hey, I'm a wizard. I have no HP, so. Okay, so I can obviously see Ember and Flicker over there. Now this is massive hitting Covanus. Niles has his crown.
There's this crown of crystal growing around Niles' head that's glowing softly with this pulse. The crystals are the same quartz, sort of light white, smoky quartz. And at the moment, Niles is kind of frozen still. His eyes kind of glazed over a little bit. There's almost like this sort of like light whitish glow to Niles' eyes as he stands there just sort of looking at almost looking into nothingness.
So Jared knows that that's Crown of Madness, but does Krasus, I'm a wizard.
Do you want to make an
Would he
Arcana
know-
check? I would say that
Alright.
this is something that it's a very low DC for you as a wizard.
18.
18. As you look at Niles, this looks very similar to the spell Crown of Madness that you've seen before.
Okay. If that's the case, am I playing in the same parameters then? I would assume it's concentration, and if I target the spellcaster and throw them off, that should throw the spell off.
You also know that unless the caster... So what you know about the spell, unless the caster continues focusing on this spell, like as their action, they have to use their action to maintain control, this spell will break and fail. And if and Niles will also, like, if Niles can pull upon his internal wisdom, he'll also be able to shake this off using an action on his turn.
Well, looking at...
Or at the end
So
of
you
this
said
one,
it was like the white quartz. Looking at Covanus, I can definitely see where it
yeah.
originated from. So I'm just going to throw... I'm going to do a magic missile. And all three... Because my hand is still sort of around this area.
Yep.
Because the other person misty-stepped, but this is more pressing. So I'm going to send all three into Covanus.
Okay.
Make him roll 3
prepare to roll
Constitution
some.
saving throws.
Yeah, I just had to roll
Actually,
2 for.
I just realized.
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I might
just
not
had to
even
roll
need
2.
to do it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did he pass?
He passed both. Yeah. I would have.
Okay,
I would have
alright,
described
then
if he'd failed. Don't worry.
Yep, cool. Now we're doing 3 then.
Okay. Well, he's just got to
alright,
get
so
above
I'm
a
just
10
gonna-
for each of these. Anything below 10, any damage dealt below 10, the DC is 10. Any damage above 10,
fine.
the DC is the damage. So it's not too hard for him to pass those. 4 damage. Nice. It's,
Alright,
Zim
so
maximum.
4, 4, and 3. So 8, 11 force damage. Oh wait, no. Yes, 11.
And I will roll 3 concentration checks.
Oh look,
That's a
chances are he'll pass them, but 3 of them, hopefully he'll fail one.
Pass. Oh, 11! It's just a pass. The last one is the last one's 11, just to pass.
Him using his action to hold it isn't the worst thing either, so...
Not necessarily.
That's true. But Niles' turn's coming up and he's gonna maybe attack like Lyra or Tetra.
But he has to attack someone and then move. He can't move and then attack.
That's true.
Exactly
okay.
right.
Metaring. Yeah, metaring. Anyway. Harry doesn't know that. Harry's just a little bunny, so...
Yeah, exactly right.
That is true. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. So I can just go back here. And then bonus action. I'm going to use my bonus action to do a telekinetic shove.
Okay. Who would you like
So
to
if Tetra
telekinetically
is
shove?
willing, if Tetra's willing to fail, I'll move you back 5 feet to get you a little bit more out of harm's way.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
You watch as Krasus's mage hand just emerges, grabs onto the scruff of your neck, Tetra, and pulls you back.
You don't see the mage hand because the mage hand is invisible.
Oh, in that case, Tetra, you feel something grab the scruff of your neck and your robes, pull you backwards.
I want to kill him, I want to kill him!
Now, you'll get a chance, but you need to get out of the fire for a little bit.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
You go back in with renewed confidence. From a position of advantage. Cool.
Alrighty.
Bonus action done, main action done. Yeah, I'm done.
Nice, I'll ignore it all.
The Water Genasi priest. As they see Covanus taking some damage, they look and see Niles is sort of like dazed and confused. They are going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to rush back into the room, staring towards Covanus, mutter under their breath a spell, and you watch as this wave of blue-white magic flows from their hands towards Covanus. Covanus just sort of stretches, cracking his neck, and you watch as some of the fire damage that's been dealt by Ember and some of the force damage heals itself. As Covanus heals some damage there. Covanus looks towards this Water Genasi priest who's sort of like cowering under his gaze. He goes, "Seems you did have some use for me still. Good." And that's his full turn. Niles, you are currently under the effect of Crown of Madness. You must use your action before moving on each of your turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than yourself, chosen by Covanus. Covanus chooses for you to make a mentally chooses for you to take a physical attack against Lyra, but she is out of range. So you use your action. Your action is wasted. You then use your movement. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within its reach. So you can move and act normally, Niles. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
But can he still attack?
Niles can act. Niles has his full turn. Niles gets to have his full turn.
Awesome.
Wait, my full turn? I don't have to attack anything. Oh wow, that's good. So I can attack Covanus?
You could rush up and attack Covanus. Of course you could.
Wow. All right, that's good times.
But careful though, because you might have to take Nauthiz's next turn. If you're standing next to Nauthiz at the start of your turn.
I'm a big boy made of stone. I can take it.
Yeah, it's true. Unarmed strikes from a little owl thing.
Yeah, we got two stony. Well, I was gonna say two stony boys, but we've got two stony guys over there, and then just a scrawny owl. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it hit so well last time, Niles. See if you can do it.
Yeah.
See if you can actually hit
we
me.
can do it again. Well, Niles is just gonna be like, I don't like this. And he's gonna like try and feel around the crown and try and use his willpower to sort of push himself forward. And he's going to run up to Covanus.
Amazing.
And he's just gonna yell, "Release me!" And he's just gonna start punching him.
Okay. Go for it.
Classic monk.
Yeah.
Natural one.
Oh man.
That does kind of work because like you are charmed, so you already. Oh, actually, you can't attack the charmer because you are charmed. While the target is charmed, that's right. You are charmed. So
I'm charmed as well.
You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful ability. So I guess in that case, you could run up for the water Genasi priest.
Water boy.
I'll do the water boy then. Sorry.
Water boy. Hey, water boy.
I'll punch the water boy. So I'll still say that unarmed strike is a 1 on the water boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you strike out for this like knuckle right into the throat of the water priest, he just moves around. This water Genasi moves. Your fist just missing.
Yeah, a bit sad. Bonus action. I'll get another hit in with my unarmed strike. I'm going to save my key points for now. That's a 13.
13 is not enough as well. Yeah.
Wow.
As you go for this second strike, these are the lowest rolls you've ever rolled. Right?
Yeah, these are really low for me.
Brutal. The priest, this Water Genasi priest, just is ducking and dodging and moving underneath every single one of your strikes. You are unable to land a single blow against this enemy.
Niles is not having a fun time. he is going to stay right where he is. Rightfully or wrongfully so, but he's going to roll a wisdom saving throw to see if he can check the effects of Crown of Madness.
Absolutely, yes. Please re-roll.
And rolled another fucking 13.
13 is just not enough. As Niles, as you focus and try and like realign your key, the crystals forming this crown just dig in ever so slightly into your head, causing like this moment of pain and disrupting your thought. And
you just hear from Niles this help me. I just freeze again.
Last in the initiative round is Krasus, your owl Sova, your familiar.
Perfect. Alright, so let's move in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, that's actually a fair bit. Alright, so just trying to think. Okay, cool. So it can get to about sort of around Nauthiz.
Yeah, as your owl flies out of the corridor and down towards Nauthiz, the whole area here opens up. This massive open area. I mean, and Sova can fly up as well. So Sova could fly up and around onto Nauthiz's shoulders if Sova was trying to help. Or you've got a lot of room.
Yeah, I'll definitely be giving the help action to Nauthiz for their combat with Covanus. So when Nauthiz has an attack, they get advantage. But Sova can't really move too much out of the way either. So what I'm thinking, because I've used most of my movement, Sova's going to do the distract, the help action, and then she's basically going to hide behind Nauthiz. Nauthiz is large, so like there's a lot of. It's like I just have to find a little like cranny or something or nook to like just nestle in while the combat is raging on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, so Sova's giving advantage to Nauthiz essentially. So Nauthiz, you'll have advantage on your next strike. Back up at the top of the initiative round, Harry. It is your turn.
Yeah. What's Balthazar doing, eh?
What's Balthazar? Balthazar has rushed back in. He's spent his last turn healing this village. Sorry, not even healing. Sorry, he spent the last turn reviving this villager, casting Revivify, bringing one of these villagers back to life. Balthazar is then, at the moment, it looks like he's trying to move into the room behind them, and it looks like he's constructing a dimension door. You watch as he's concentrating and creating this like zone of runes around the doorway. As he looks back towards you lot and goes, I'll get them out of here. I'm working on it. I'm hurrying up, Mr. Tibbers. As you see the cat sort of as it looks at him. Balthazar is desperately trying to get the villagers out of here.
Yeah, good man. We'll look after the other room then. Gary will pop his head around a bit, and he can see the Crushing Wave Priest.
Yep.
Chatting with Niles. Chatting
they're
away.
just having a chat. To be honest, it looks like Niles is like patting him a little bit. Sorry, Niles.
Yeah. Niles is just trying to distract him for me, so I'll take a shot with my crossbow advantage because I'm a sneaky boy.
You are a sneaky boy.
I rolled a 20 for my self-check last time.
You did.
And he's gonna say, "Water sucks. Skeeter eats better."
Oh my god!
I roll again. Right.
It hasn't actually rolled to hit at the moment. That first one's just rolled damage, but that's a natural 1.
My first one's a 1.
Wow.
You deserve this. You deserve that for the Gatorade joke. Like,
all right, I get a 17.
I'm actually going to impose a -2 on that for the Gatorade. No, I'm kidding.
You can do it.
17 is enough to hit.
17 hits.
17 hits. So we'll take the first damage, 9 piercing.
Unfortunately, we'll be using
sneak
the first damage. Yep.
Yeah, always.
Man.
9 piercing.
I rolled 2 6s with the sneak
attack.
damage on the second one.
Wow.
That's a real shame.
So it's 13 damage.
Yeah, it's a real
Fury
shame.
will then, I don't know. It's getting a bit crowded here in the tunnel. I already moved 5 feet, so maybe I'll move another 1.
You can move past Krasus and Tetra. You can move through allied creatures without any difficulty.
Harry crouches, and he very slowly, like, not slowly because mechanics, but like he's thematically just shadowing along the wall and hiding behind like the barrels and stuff here.
Yeah. Harry, as you move into the
They will
room
do
and
a
crouch
skill check.
behind the writing desks that are covered with pages of research, you duck down and sort of pull yourself into the shadows behind the desks. 17. Harry, yeah, you duck down into the shadows, hood up, ears tucked down. You don't think anyone spotted you. Alrighty.
Make sure the ears. He double checks the ears to make sure they're not poking up.
Yeah. Reaches around and pats the head. Next up, Tetra. It's your go.
Okay. Well, she feels like she's mostly out of the thing at the moment, so I think she's a bit safer. So she'll just take a moment for constitutional. But what she's going to do is she's going to dig her hands into the mud of the ground and just start concentrating. And she's going to pull little bits and pieces out and kind of bring them all like little metally gemmy bits together. And then they're just going to quiver slightly and pull apart magnetically and start getting like little electrical interplay between them. And then she's going to cast a guiding bolt at level 2 at Krasus.
Okay.
And then the bonus action will be one of the
At Krasus.
Krasus.
Sorry, Krasus. And then
Oh boy.
will be one of the pieces splinters off and will hit the crushing wave priest, and that'll be archer.
All right, awesome. So yeah, you use your Starry-form Archer attack on the Crushing Wave Priest as bonus action, and Guiding Bolt 2nd level on Covanus. Brilliant.
I'm glad we sorted that out, and I was a bit worried.
And then Krasus, you take... Oh, I think an 18 hits you, Krasus. No. 18 for the Guiding Bolt. That is a hit. 10 radiant
I could take
damage.
10.
Shit, I rolled
take 10.
3 ones.
Oh man.
I rolled 3 ones, guys.
Oh, that's sad.
That's
I have a 2.
You did! Oh my goodness, yeah, 5d6, 1, 1, 1, 2, 5.
I mean, the 5's good.
I'm so sorry, Michael. That's
The 5 is half
shit.
of your damage.
That's
Our
shit,
rolls
man.
is our rolls been really bad. That's not tonight.
It's alright.
sucks.
Guiding
No,
Bolt's
yeah,
normally
we are
good,
just
so...
rolling like dog. Okay. Then
Hey, it still
Starry
hits, so
form.
we get the advantage at least. So.
Yes, you have advantage. I'll put the glowing light on Covanus so that you can see. Let's use... What's a good one for advantage? Ah, there we go. Put like a little glowy light symbol on Covanus. Alrighty, anything else on your turn, Tetra? We just need to get your spell attack for your Archer form and the damage.
20 plus 4. I couldn't find a button for it. So
That's okay. 23? That's okay.
No, it's alright.
Spat on my microphone a little bit. I was so excited for that. Not proud of that.
Hey! Max damage.
Hey!
12 max damage.
There it is.
This ball of like crackling splintered crystal goes, and then it's sort of like one piece just tings off, and it was meant to just be like a little afterthought, but it's actually taken most of the momentum with it, leaving the rest of the ball to go "Puh" against Covanus. But this piece goes into the crushing wave.
The 1d8 plus 4 did more damage than the 5d.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's nuts.
Oh my goodness. Tetra should get a charity throw for such low rolls. It's the thing is though, Tetra's still hitting. The have fun coin is for when you're not having fun, i.e. you're just missing everything. Like Tetra's still getting some hits, still getting some good stuff happening. So unfortunately, Michael, I'm not going to give you a have fun coin yet. To earn a have fun coin, you basically need to just have like, I think we said like 2 to 3 turns in a row where you just miss, and it's not fun, and it's just sitting there going like, well, the RNG gods are not with me tonight. Like, yeah.
He's having
Alrighty.
fun. Look at him.
Oh, fun.
Something fun.
You're
So-
having fun, right?
We're having fun, aren't we, everybody? Huh? So,
I believe Covanus does still need to make a con save.
oh yep, Covanus has made a con save. Covanus has made the con save.
Balls.
Damn.
Yeah, Covanus. Look, the closest I've rolled so far was that one.
He's a focused little boy, he is.
He's focused. Covanus is nothing if not focused. You watch as Covanus sort of looks across at the rest of you, all kind of like at this point, like really united against him. Focuses. You might be a little trickier than I first thought. And you watch as he concentrates and closes his eyes, and the crystals across his body begin lighting up in a pattern, a constellation that resembles a mask split down the middle. And you watch as 2 illusionary Covanuses step out from inside him, moving to the side, that look identical to him in every way. And as they move through each other and then step to the side, moving around Nauthiz, they sort of focus, each one of them looking in a different direction. And then they look all together at each other. Now, let's finish this. And they begin moving. The one that was engaged with Nauthiz moves down towards the far wall, moving around behind. One of the versions of Covanus just walks through. They walk through each other and begins moving towards the rest of you, away from Nauthiz and walking towards the corridor where the rest of you are hiding.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, you do. Yeah. As the illusionary, well, as Covanus, as Covanus splits into 3 and begins walking away. Yeah, absolutely. You may make a attack of opportunity, of course.
Does the help action go off now or on her turn?
Yeah, you have advantage on this. Yeah.
Thank God.
Natural 1 on the war pick.
Oh,
Thank God.
Jeepers.
9.
Oh,
Okay. Claire, I don't think now
that's
has... You haven't hit anything for 2 turns, have you? Even
That's
with an
okay.
advantage. You have a fun coin to spend when you would like to spend it. Not for this roll. This roll has earned you the fun coin for the next roll.
This roll is fucked.
For the next roll, and for when you want. So basically take it as an initiative for the rest of this session. You have basically a free inspiration for the rest of this session. As Covanus just walks away from you, chuckling, you swing down with the war pick, and it just strikes into the ground next to him. He just gently runs his fingers over the blade as he walks past and begins moving towards the rest of the party down the corridor. As he steps up...
I think it's at that point that now this realizes just how big they are. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, not the same size as I was before, because this has never happened before.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Because Nauthiz isn't aware of what their magic is.
No.
Yeah. As this Covanus walks up and begins looking down the corridor. Ah, yes. I see you are working to free the prisoners that we had here. Not content with simply disrupting my research, you plan to release all my subjects. No, we won't be having that. The other Covanus...
It's about you.
The other Covanus walks up towards Ember and Flicker, and, Ember just walks right up to you, right up to your face, and looks over you and goes, I recognize you. You are the Druid we had been experimenting on. Why have we not taken your firepower from you yet?
Because I burned the people that tried to take it from me first.
No matter. I look forward to removing your soul momentarily. And that's Covanus's full go. Nauthiz, it's your go.
Okay. Now this kind of spins around and is like, well, that didn't work. And they will lash out at this Covanus.
The Covanus that's right next to you. So currently there are 3 Covanuses, all identical. One engaged with Ember, one that's moved right up down the corridor, is looking down the corridor at Tetra, Lyra, and Krasus, and one that's right up against you, Nauthiz.
Is this the original Covanus that got hit with the guarding bolt?
We don't know.
No idea.
They all glow with the same energy.
Yeah.
I'll find out in a minute, hopefully.
because there's still advantage on them.
15?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out which one actually has the advantage.
That's a good question. What would advantage do to this?
I don't even know what this is.
So I should say, so for those of you who are playing along and go, what is this ability that's being activated? This is one of the new Circle of Stars starry forms that I've been working on for Tetra, for Michael's character. This character also has access to some of the starry forms, so I thought this would be a good chance to sort of showcase one of the new starry forms that I've been working on for Tetra. I'm just realizing that this would... I haven't really thought too much about how this would interact with advantage. I would argue that you still get advantage against all of them. All of them you still have advantage against. Yeah. So now it is 15, you may re-roll that.
Well, the guiding bolt's only
Which ones of them do the concentration check?
You don't know.
Yeah.
I know that. That's not a problem for me. It's just it's whether or not the advantage would apply to all of them. The answer is yes, it would. I'm just quickly reading through how I'd kind of planned on this. Oh, now,
So-
did you want to re-roll that with your...
Yes, I do. I'm going to send that immediately.
It's a 15 and a 13. Come on now. Come on
that
now.
was plus 6.
Your time is now. 13. Your time is not now.
I'm out. I'm done.
What?
It's been so lovely having you join us here,
7.
Claire.
Yeah, I know. See ya.
I'm so sorry.
I can only keep rolling the dice. It's just the game. It's the game.
Do you get any pluses for being huge?
No, not
It's
on
just
this.
a damage.
Strength saving throws and
Yeah.
strength checks I do. And if I did hit, I would get some bonuses. but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
never gonna happen.
I'm
Not
so
yet, but
sorry.
When you hit. There's
So
more.
sorry.
There's more of them to hit now.
There are
It's
more
fine.
of
I
the...
like to think that now this is just like swinging around going, this is not the right proportions. I'm very confused.
Angle is all off.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Did the pick increase in size as well? It did, right?
Yes, everything.
I'd like to think it
Yes.
didn't.
It didn't. Okay, in that case then,
problem.
Nauthiz is holding a pick between their front two fingers, their finger and thumb, trying to hit down with it. I'm so sorry, Nauthiz. As you swing down with this pick, even like this concentration that you're pulling, this moment of focus, as you slam down with the war pick, it strikes into the stone in between Covanus' feet as he just very lightly steps back, looks down, looks back up at you and goes, "Curious, your size has made you more ungainly, less able to attack efficiently. Very curious."
Just swinging around.
Yeah, I'm so sorry now. Anything else on your turn? Any bonus actions? Any...
No. No, because they still don't know about Niles yet.
Okay. Lyra, it's your turn.
Alright, so she's going to move 5, 10, 15 just to pop on the other side of this Covanus.
Yeah, as you step
And
around
then she-
Covanus, he just follows you. As you walk around, his head just turns and looks at you.
Wait, does he do a full 180?
It just
Like an
follows. His head just follows Lyra. His head sort of turns, then he moves his chest and steps around.
Okay.
And as you step around Lyra and he focuses at you, he sort of smiles and goes, "Ah, Druid, like your friend up there, the Firbolg. Interesting use of fungus, though. Be interesting to try and take your soul. See what it is connected to."
Oh no.
Do you want to take a closer look at the fungus? And with that, she's going to swing a booming blade, quarter-staffed shillelagh at him.
Amazing. You have advantage because of the guiding bolt.
Alright, 1. So that one's not going to hit.
That's a
I think
13.
it's 13 though.
Rolls!
11.
See,
Did you guys not pay roll 20 for the good rolls tonight?
It's not. I guess not. Look, I like to think of it as in we've stepped into against an enemy that is a little bit above us.
Yeah,
So that's what's happening.
Hey, I haven't missed any attacks tonight.
that's true. You've rolled. You've done
Magic Missile,
so
though.
far. You've done magic missile, which can't miss. So let's not get too excited. Okay, Lyra, as you strike down, Covanus just nimbly steps to the side, like literally their hand moving down and pushing the staff around you. It's just, you've never seen anything like this before. For chat, yes, there is a token picture for Balthazar. I will show Balthazar right next to Covanus right now so you can enjoy Balthazar's picture. Actually, why don't I just make Balthazar huge in the... Here you go. You can have a look at Balthazar. I love Balthazar's picture. The skin's a bit more grey than I normally would have liked, but this was the closest I could find that I thought suited Balthazar.
The huge man will devour us all.
Hello, everybody. I've been working. My dimension door has... Oh, it's not gone well. I appear to have dimension doored all the villagers into this room. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Mr. Snibley, why didn't you tell me not to do this? Lyra, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, so for a bonus action, I'm going to throw a first level healing word at Tetra again.
Amazing.
Okay.
I'll leave Balthazar nice and big so people can see him easily. 5 hit points to Tetra. Very nice. Alrighty. Ember, it is your turn.
Awesome. So if I try and move away from Corvus or the one that's in front of me anyway,
Yeah.
will he get an attack opportunity on me?
You don't
or-
know.
I don't know. All right. Well, I'm not going to chance it then. So I will get Flicker to transport me 15 feet closer towards the crushing wave priest. So he has to make a. What's he got to do? He's got to make a DC Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I will do that right now. Constitution saving throw.
Make the NPCs do the rolls. That's a clever idea.
That is a 14. Is that a pass or a fail?
Yeah, that's 13. So that is unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
Shame. That's okay. That's okay. And now that I'm a little bit further away, so I will make my move. And I'm going to head towards, once roll 20 actually lets me move, I'm going to move further to the right-hand side of the room.
So you're moving out of Covanus's range, correct?
Correct. And then I'm going to cast again the Scorching Ray, and I'm going to cast that at the priest.
Alrighty. Ember, as you move out of Covanus's range, he makes no move to attack you. He just sort of pauses and watches as you step away, almost a bit confused. Where are you going as you step away?
Away from you.
Nice. Yeah, go for your Scorching Rays.
Okay, so that is a 24.
Oh, there we go.
First. We're actually hitting something, so that's great. A 20.
20's gonna hit.
And another 24.
24.
So,
they're both gonna hit. There's the good rolls, guys. Simon's using them up. Don't look at me.
Exactly right. That's all three. So
All
damage
three,
will be. Oh, that's a shame. That is 4 damage plus
2 1s.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, mate.
8, 12.
It's a little bit better.
And
4, 8,
5,
5.
so 17.
Ember, how would you like to do this?
So he's a water genasi, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
I imagine that I shoot these scorching rays at him. They light something like at his feet, and then he just bursts into a bunch of steam.
Okay, as the fire burns towards him, you watch as the priest tries to cast this very complicated spell to block this, whatever this damage is that's coming towards him. Unfortunately, he's unable to get the spell off in time. As the first ray pierces through the spell, you watch as this look of horror crosses his face as the magic goes wild. The fire blasting into him. And yeah, I'm going to say that as he loses control of this spell, whatever he was trying to cast, he just explodes into a cloud of steam, disappearing. All his gear just dropping to the ground.
Fantastic.
I will take him out of the initiative order. Very nice.
I feel all the loot monkeys in the party go.
Drops to the ground, you say? I mean, I don't have to rifle through his pockets. Anything else on your turn, Ember?
No, that's it for my turn.
Brilliant. As the Water Genasi priest dies, as he dies, you watch as this explosion of light suddenly emerges from his body. The 3 Covanuses in the room suddenly turn towards the source and go and breathe in, and you watch as the light in the center of the room splits and begins flying towards each of the Covanuses, and as they breathe in, very good. As it looks like he drinks in something of this Genasi, the essence or the soul, or some effect, as he breathes it in. Krasus.
That's gross.
It is your go.
Okay, I'm going to move 5, 10. I can see everyone now, all the Covanuses. Now, this one standing in front of me, all 3 of them look corporeal, don't they? They don't look like... They look... Yep. Definitely some magic going on, though, as my wizard would sort of think. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile again. But I'm going to do 1 Magic Missile into each of them. I want to see if it triggers anything. It might not, and if that's the case, if they're all corporeal, then I mean, that sucks, and we have to fight them all.
No, this is awesome. Thank you. No, this is perfect. Go for each magic missile. Just roll damage.
Okay.
This is a very good use of magic missile.
Okay. So the one in front of me will take 3, the one in the back will take 2, and the one near Nauthiz will take 3.
You watch as all 3 Covanuses hold up their hands, and a shield glistens into effect in place as they cast shield.
Damn.
What a twist! Wait, shield actually does something, doesn't it?
Shield immediately blocks
shield.
magic missile.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's the counter for it, yeah.
I guess the thing is then he's either used 1 spell slot for all 3 of them, or he's done 3 spell slots for 3 of them.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's really interesting. It's all right. I can try again next time. For now, I move 5. Let's move back. If I go here, what can I see? I'm gonna
From
go
where
back
you
to
are,
this wall.
Crassus, as you move back, you can see that Balthazar has successfully dimension doored out a number of the villages. They are just gone.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like he's getting ready to dimension door the remaining ones. As he looks back towards you, gives you a big thumbs up. You can see the orange tabby cat around his neck, Mr. Snibbly, sort of like stretch and purr. He gives you a thumbs up and goes, "I'm almost there. I've almost got them all out. And then I'm going to come back and see if I can help you lot."
I just give him a nod as I'm like mulling something over. I think Krasus is also thinking the fact that he used a shield to like deflect like minuscule damage is quite interesting. Because it's only like 3, 2, and 3. That's not too much.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That raises a few questions.
Yes, it does. Almost like he didn't want whatever
action.
you were going to do to happen.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking. So I'm going to leave that for now. Okay, so bonus actions. Does anyone need to? No, I'll leave that for now.
Michael, you excited
Let's
to get
say
this
that.
ability in 6 levels?
I am indeed.
Oh, it's 6 levels.
Level
Yes.
6.
Level 10
At
ability.
level 6.
Oh, at level 6.
At level 6.
Oh, okay.
Niles,
Cool.
it's your go.
Same.
The crown of madness fades away and disappears.
Oh, it does.
Actually, no, he hasn't used his action yet. He did use his action to maintain it, so it's not until the it's not until the beginning of his next turn that it would fade because ignore me. He hasn't used his action yet. It's still up for the moment. Sorry. So you actually have no one you can attack because you can't attack him.
No one I can attack. I'm in the middle of the room.
For roleplay
Niles.
purposes, Niles, as you look around at each of the Covanuses, you see 3 close friends standing, looking towards you, smiling, giving you a little wave. In your mind, this is what you see. And then they sort of frown and look towards Ember and shake their head.
I look over and I'm like, you killed our pal's friend. How dare you?
I'll politely murder you.
I'm sorry.
Get over here so I can discipline you, young man.
The 3 of them shake their head. They tut you.
Niles just stands in the room, realizing he can't hit anyone.
Would you like to make a wisdom save? Niles, please roll well.
He will use his action to take the dodge action. Just
That's
in
a very
case
good call.
he
Yep,
receives
very good idea.
Any untoward attacks between now and then. He will use his burner. He will do a wisdom saving throw to see if he can shake this crown.
Yep.
Not that it really
Come on.
matters. That's a 12. Well,
Hold on, is that
he's
enough?
got the crown on him.
Niles, you've
No, it's
had
not.
3 goes at this and failed. I'm going to give you a have fun coin.
Oh, you're gonna be a have fun coin.
Would you like to re-roll this?
I would love to reroll this.
Because you've had 3 goes at this, and
I'll-
you're not doing anything at
Sure.
the moment. I do feel so. Oh, mate, it's a 4.
Let's stand there.
Oh, Niles, I'm so sorry. As you just stand there and go like, I'm so excited to be part of the Tempest Adventure Guild. Oh.
yeah, I'm just standing on the table like, keep going, guys.
Yeah.
His dodge is actually like a little dance.
Yeah. Krasus, it is Sova's go.
I mean, it is the crown of madness, so I'm pretty mad at the moment. Checks out.
He's doing the Numa dance.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right. Sova's just going to give the help action to Nauthiz yet again. Hopefully, Sova's getting a little frustrated because now I think I've given the help action like 3 times now. None of them has landed. But yet again, now this is the help action for Sova. Sova will give the help action, and I'll fly off. Let's go in this so I'm going to fly up into this corner over here at a sort of try and stay at a side as much as I can.
Yep.
Cool.
Alrighty. Harry, it's your go.
Yes, it's so flank is like the opposite side, right? Or like
flank is, but at the moment, like Lyra is engaged with Covanus, and as far as you know, you're stealth, so you'd still get sneak attack on this. Oh, you're gonna rush up and go for the rapier stab. Okay, I thought you were going for a ranged attack.
Because this is flank, right?
Yeah, so flanking gives
cool.
you a +2 to hit.
Perfect. And advantage because I'm a stealthy boy, and even if I didn't have it, it doesn't matter because of my abilities anyway.
Yep, because you're
Let's give him a little steady stab.
Okay, let's see it.
19 hit.
12.
Yep.
With the shield up, Harry, because he raised the shield up and that lasts till his turn. That is not enough. 19 is not enough to hit.
So, because he's flanking, though,
with shields, because of
shield.
shields. Yeah, +2, so that takes it to 21. Shield adds +5, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Okay, so that's still... okay, that's fine.
So that's not enough. I'm so sorry.
+5. Okay,
Shields, because of the shield reaction to block Krasus' attack, so he gets a +5 to his AC until his turn.
Yeah. No,
I'm sorry,
that's right.
Harry.
It's right.
As you stab forwards with the rapier, it just doing like vibrates off the back of his shield as you hold it in your hand, trying to keep it still as it still continues to vibrate. This pure tone echoes out through the corridor.
It's like all the way up his ears as well.
Yeah,
the vibration.
Like a nice turns.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's fantastic.
Or for Bugs Bunny style. Yeah, cousin Bugs would find that funny. So
nice.
I will then move 20 and then 30. Oh, should I get back to a hiding spot? Yes, I'm just gonna get back to my hiding spot. And
as you go to run away, Covanus does nothing.
No. Yeah. He can't anyway, even if he could.
I know. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a spookin'. 11 for stealth. Yeah. As you rush back, you trip over the chair, knocking the table over, and as you jump over it and vault, your ears are still sticking up over the top of the table.
Yes. It's because my body's still like vibrating from the ding from the hit before.
Exactly.
Yep.
Tetra.
And that is all Harry's turn.
Alright. Well, Tetra will come into... Yep, just there. And then she's going to reach out to Covanus's accoutrement thing and try and... Because if he's got similar magic to her, then maybe she can futz with it. Ooh. So she's going to reach out and she's going to try and pull in with that magnetic awareness that she has and just... I'm going to cast a first level Earth Tremor.
Ooh. Oh, Earth Tremor, because he's an Earth Genasi.
He's an Earth Genasi. So that's a dex save.
Dexterity saving throw. I will do that now. That is a 12. I don't think that's a pass.
That is not a pass.
Oh my god.
1d6 on the damage.
Oh, it's a 1! You can't make this stuff up. You watch as Covanus stubs his toe on the floor. Geez. Oh, I'm so sorry, Michael.
What?
It's all part of puzzle. It'll come around.
This is so brutal.
And then a bonus action. She's going to take a shot against the Covanus that's next to now.
Okay.
Oh, it's 23 again.
23 is going to hit.
I see.
It kind of makes sense that your archer, your starry archer, continues to hit.
Next alignment.
I do really like that. 8. Very nice. As this bolt of energy shoots through, just bypassing just bypassing Covanus's protection, you watch as it shoots through again, splitting through. Yeah, no, that would 23. Actually, would that? Yes, that would. No, that still would hit. That would still hit. That would just hit. Yeah. That just hits as it splits through again, shattering this shield and striking into Covanus. Oh. I can see you are going to be interesting adversary. Come, let us see what you can really do.
So it hit the one next to Nauthiz.
Hit the one next to Nauthiz.
Yeah.
Because that's the one you were aiming for, Tetra. So
that is indeed, yeah. So we're with the one bludgeoning.
Actually,
damage.
sorry, there's one more thing that would happen.
Oh.
There's one more thing that would happen with that. You watch as the Covanus next to Nauthiz slowly begins to twinkle into light and fade away to nothing.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Let's see. Okay. All right. So the one next to Tetra and Lyra, that reacted as normal.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. Tetra, anything else on your go?
Bonus action.
Sorry, just realized that token needs to stay there because that is the master token for the initiative. I believe the initiative was. Like 18 because it was right after you, Tetra.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Was it 18? I think it was 18.
That feels right. I mean, it was after me anyway, so...
Yeah, it was right after you. Yeah. Sorry, just realized that I have deleted that token. Carry on. Carry on, my friends.
Okay.
Pay no attention to the man behind the mirror.
Exactly. Alright, now she'll come further into the room, I think, this time. So she'll... move up. It's about 10, 15, 20. She did 5 before, so she's just going to come into the center of the room.
Perfect. Alrighty. Oh, don't worry about that. Okay. Tetra, that's your full go. Covanus. You watch as... Sorry, I should actually remove that image of Covanus. You watch as Covanus raises his hands, concentrates, focuses. The Crown of Madness around you, Niles, fades and is no longer active.
Hey!
You are no longer affected by Crown of Madness. Let me remove that token from you. There you go. You are no longer affected by Crown of Madness. As Covanus concentrates and summons, you watch as this momentary gust of wind rustles your hair, your clothes, before growing stronger and stronger. In the center of the room, basically centered on Nauthiz, Harry, Tetra, and Niles, this blast of icy air suddenly begins twisting and forming into a vortex, a storm summoned in the very center of the room. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears or that ends its turn there, must succeed on a strength saving throw. Could I please have Harry, Tetra, Niles, and Nauthiz make a strength saving throw? This other version of Covanus is instantly destroyed by it.
I am not a strong boy.
Watch me fail. Advantage?
Do I get advantage because of the dodge action?
I believe that's only to give disadvantage against creatures trying to hit you. Let me double check. I'm not sure if dodge gives you...
Hey, there's some pretty good rolls.
This is any attack roll made against you at disadvantage. Dexterity saving throws.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, this one's a strength saving throw. Yeah. Still, guys, great rolls. Harry, 3 is not very good. Tetra, 15's okay. Now 25's amazing. Lyra, natural 20. Beautiful. Mwah.
Sorry,
Total of 19.
You'll get my roll in a sec. My page is just reloading real quick.
No, that's all good.
Was it a strength one?
A strength saving throw.
That's a 15.
15. Okay, so... Yep, 15 is a pass. So, Harry, you're going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Everyone else is going to take 5.
Okay, that's fine.
As this blast
This is what I get for entering the room.
As the storm begins to move around. While you are inside the storm sphere, it is difficult terrain. You watch as Covanus is then going to focus and look towards Krasus. Krasus, how close are you to the edge of the storm sphere? Ah, perfect. You're right in range. You watch as Krasus, he just reaches out, grabs a section of the storm,
throws it at me,
pulls, and this lightning bolt flies out towards you. Does a 17 hit?
It will, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at him and be like, I'm going to send it right back at you. Not send it, but do what you did to me. And I'm going to use shield to take my AC to 18.
Perfect. That's a very, very good call. Out of interest, you want to know how much that would have done to you damage-wise?
19. I mean, I would have absorbed elements anyway, so it wouldn't have been horrible, but it's nice to not take any damage.
Yeah. It is.
It wouldn't have outright killed me, but it would have left me with 7 HP if I take full damage.
Ouch.
But I would have halved it anyway, so then it wouldn't have been
It would have been 10, but still, that's a chunk.
Yeah. So shield was a good call there.
Yeah.
No, that was very much worth it. That is Covanus's full go. Oh, the Covanus that's up next to you. No, Covanus is happy where he is. Now it is. It's your go.
Okay, well, still trying to get to him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Can you throw something at him?
I'm going to shoot him.
Remember, it's difficult terrain inside the...
yeah, that's my full movement, just to there.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
So sorry.
That's my movement. But I will shoot him instead.
Throw something at him.
I'm gonna throw in the chair. No, I've only got I want a chair. One day. But I will throw. Oh, actually, a spear. Got my spears. I'm gonna throw that.
Now, as you reach into your pack, pull out one of your spears and fling it forwards. 19 hits.
Yes. Okay.
Hey!
So, in addition to that, I'm going to activate my fire rune.
Yep.
He's going to take an extra 2d6 fire damage.
Yep.
And he needs to make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. I will make a strength saving throw.
So good at that one.
That's going to be a 13. That's a fail, isn't it?
That is... I think it... No. That is a pass, because DC is 13.
DC is 13, so that will pass.
That's okay. He still takes...
5 damage?
Plus 4.
So that's 4 damage, and then 5... So it's 9 points of damage.
Yeah, nice.
And then just as a... when I attack with a weapon, so that's an extra 1d6 damage as well. For being a giant.
Yeah. 5 for Giant's Might. Very nicely done.
So that's a total of, 14 points of damage.
Very nice. As this spear flies through the air, straight through into his chest on the left-hand side. He just wasn't expecting this. This came out of nowhere. You watch as Covanus staggers back, the marble skin cracking with its... And you watch as sections of his skin begin to split apart, revealing even more crystalline structures underneath. Instead of flesh, there's just crystal underneath him, underneath his skin. And as it cracks open and his arm kind of falls a little bit, the shoulders splitting open, light begins spilling from inside him. He looks down and goes, this will be a bother.
It's finally it. Now this is just like...
Nice. Anything else in your turn now?
That is my full turn. Action, bonus action, movement.
I believe I also now need to roll concentration to keep this storm up. Let me double check.
Yeah.
I think I do. Yes, I do.
DC will be
14.
Was it all? Yeah, it is. It's all 1 damage. Yeah. So DC is 14.
I don't actually know if it's concentration.
It is definitely concentration for Storm Sphere. Yeah, concentration up to 1 minute.
Just says that's it now. You are right, my bad.
What's your roll?
14. He just keeps this up. I was like, he just keeps this up.
Hey, is that a saving throw?
Which one?
What you just did.
Yeah, concentration. So it's a constitution saving throw for concentration checks.
I'm gonna chronal shift that.
Oh
Let's
shit!
See if you can get rid of that. So as it sort of happens, he sort of sits there and goes, "Whew." I move my hand in a circular motion and rewind time back to where he has to do it again.
That's so cool.
I will re-roll that
That's cool.
as he goes to as basically he goes to keep this spell up and focus. Yeah, Krasus, what does your time magic look like? Because you've not had much of a chance to show off your time magic yet.
I mean, like, sort of playing into the Astral sort of stuff. It'd almost be like I sort of pick like almost like in front of me like a dial, like this astral sort of like dial, or these different like sort of maybe not constellations, I'm not sure, but like a dial sort of pops
I think
up,
it makes
and then
sense
I
for it to
can,
be like a cosmic calendar.
I can interact with it.
Yeah, I think
maybe
that makes
a
sense
cosmic
for you.
calendar or something,
Yeah.
or like a dial or something like that signifies time.
Maybe these like
stuff.
runes made out of stars that form this sort of like vast circular network of interconnected constellations, and you just hold your hand out and turn it.
And as he twists it, like a little, almost like a time well, like gravity well, time well, sort of like pull.
Oh, that's cool.
the
Yeah.
time around with it.
And
You
I like to
feel
think
that,
as well
like-
that it's not corporeal. It's not like an actual object that pops up. It's almost like these like starry sort of like constellations form the thing. So it's like an
Yeah.
astral feel to
Yeah.
it. So it's like
Amazing.
not corporeal. It's like there. So
As you cast this, you watch as Covanus freezes in place and then repeats the action, moving backwards as the spell is then released, and then he goes to save and keep the spell up again. 12. You watch as the storm
Nice.
just dissipates. Covanus sort of like freezes as he watches this, kind of shakes his head, looks at his hands, and then looks up at you, Krasus, and goes, "Temporal magic. We did not account for this."
I'll give him a wave.
Nice.
Me and
Very-
him have had some banners. So.
Very nicely done. That is brilliant.
Santa.
That is a great use of chronal shift.
That's awesome.
I guess that is Lyra's turn now. Unless there's anything else on your turn now.
No.
No. Okay. Cool. Lyra.
So Lyra's not super happy being this close to Cronus, so
What are you talking
she's gonna, as her bonus action, she's gonna do the autumn face step and pop over to here.
Yep. Lyra, you basically bamf yourself behind Nauthiz, taking a safe space at the other end of the room, near to where the rack was that has now destroyed, smashing it down into the ground.
And also if he can do a Wisdom 13 saving throw.
Is it from the place that you leave or the place that you teleport to?
They're all different, so it could be either.
Yeah,
Actually,
I can't remember for autumn whether it's to or from.
Immediately after you use your face step, up to 2 creatures of your choice you can see within 10 feet of you. So
So
it
it'd be
doesn't
after
mention
you
if
use
it's
it.
before or after.
If it's after. If it says after.
Yeah.
Does it say that? It says like immediately after you use your face step.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
after.
sorry.
Never mind.
You can do it
Hey,
to,
look,
you can do
it's
it to
still-
Nauthiz
still
though.
handy.
You can hit Nauthiz with it. No. Okay. Fair. Alrighty. No, that's so as you just face step out of there. Did you still want to do that now that you know how it works?
He's gonna take the riskier option and go to here. Just out of arm's reach.
Okay. Rather than teleporting to Nauthiz, you just teleport 5 feet away from him. You just. It's almost like a stutter.
She's now just giving now some room.
Yeah, there's almost like an after effect of Krasus's time dilation effect from rewinding Covanus. You watch as Lyra just like jitters forwards 5 feet.
You're just glitching.
I need to make a wisdom save, correct, Lyra?
Yes.
Is this a charm effect?
It is a charm effect.
It has no effect on Covanus.
You know that now.
As you face step and look back, being like, "Hey, friend," like ready to cast this charm effect, the magic just fades around him as he just swipes his hand through the airs, dissipating this magic, and looks and goes, "You didn't think my mind was that weak, did you?"
Try.
Fair.
Did not
And,
think it.
With that, she pulls Swampy up and around her, bringing him back.
Brilliant.
As
Yeah,
her action.
absolutely. Bonus action, get Swampy back for some extra HPs. Yeah, you watch as the fungal spores and mycelium grow into this vast giant above you, this overarching creature that sort of like protects you and sort of pulls you into its nest of mycelium, looking around for danger. Ember, it is your turn.
So just with the rest of her movement, she's just
yeah.
going to go 30 feet backwards.
Yeah, just move 30 feet away. Absolutely perfect. I think that makes perfect sense. Ember.
Fantastic. All right, so I will just move a little bit further to the left now because there's only the one corpse that I can see anyway. Just about there, so 15 feet to the left. and then I will cast my last Scorching Ray against Corvus.
Where's Flicker gone?
I don't know. Unless he might be behind my character because he was in the same space anyway. So I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'll put Flicker back out. I think Flicker might have disappeared, but I'll just put Flicker back out. That's not a problem. I can easily give you Flicker back. There you go.
Good. All right. And my roll 20 just crashed a little bit, but I will roll my 3 Scorching Rays from firing Corvus.
That is all good. There you go. You should have control of Ember too. Of Flicker. Sorry.
All right. So the first one's a 17. Probably not in there yet because it's loading up.
17 is just not enough. Just not enough.
Okay. Then a
23 is definitely going to hit. Definitely going to hit 23.
And lastly, a 16, which one?
16 is just not enough as well. 23 hits. Roll some damage as you strike towards Covanus.
It's only 5 damage.
Hey, look, every little bit counts. You watch as this blast of fire strikes into Covanus, burning across his chest, and you watch as the crystals inside that rend that have been cut open by Nauthiz begin cracking under the heat.
Ooh. All right. Well, I will use the flame seed as well from my wildfire spirit. So that is. Why is it not?
I think it's come through. Oh no, it hasn't come through on mine yet. What's the range on your flame seed?
60 feet.
Oh, brilliant! You got loads of room.
Yeah, exactly right. So
you have no troubles shooting across a flaming seed.
That's not what I wanted. Where is...
the resist on saying as you shoot your flaming seed across the room. I'm really having to work at not saying that.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
No.
This is a man who's almost 30. I'm really going to start looking at my life choices.
Not 30, you don't have to worry about that too.
Underrated.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
So for some reason it's not.
That's okay. Do you want me to just roll the d20 from Roll20? That's fine. Otherwise, do you want me to see if I can roll it from your character app? See if it pops up.
You could. That would be great because my Roll20 is frozen up on me.
No, that's not a problem at all. So you're doing the flaming seed, correct?
Yeah.
Plus 5. And then I'll roll the damage too while I'm already here. There we go. That should have rolled now. 22. 1d20 plus 5 is 22. 4 damage.
Hey, there we go.
Brilliant.
So, that's all me done as well. So,
alrighty. That's quite a bit of damage you guys have done now to Covanus. You watch as he is beginning to look almost this look of fear crosses his face, Ember, momentarily before he collects himself. Oh, I will not have my research interrupted in this way. Krasus, it's your go. Okay, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. I'm not really liking the fact that I'm in the corridor by myself. So I'm going to look at him and be like, so you seem to like my time magic. Well, have a look at this. And I Starlight Step. What is it? 30 feet to here. And I just suddenly almost like, I like to think that instead of like Starlight Step being like an Astral Elf thing, I like to think that my time magic plays into that too. And I almost like stop time. I use it to move the 30 feet and then I reappear. So what you're saying is that from your perspective, you like concentrate, freeze the moment of time and then quickly like run across to where you need to be and then like release the concentration. I'd say it's almost like you almost bend space. It's kind of like, because time and space are inexorably interlinked, and so this is like an after effect of your time shift, is the bending of space. So you just warp, just appear over where you are as space kind of warps around you, the time dilation effect causing you to just move forward. as you appear on the other side of the room, just nice distance away.
And now the thing that I still have up, I actually still have Maximilian's Urban Grasp up. I've been concentrating on it. I haven't thrown out anything else. I haven't taken any damage. So I'm going to put that onto Covanus as I move it from, it was roughly around this area. And
yeah, it was right on the table near Tetra.
I sort of, I guess like I'll bring out some other little, like, not the dial per se, but like, because I'm sort of running I'm trying to like put time magic into everything. So like broadening on it, like I'll try and think of some nifty things because I'm using Maximilian's Earthen Grasp a lot. So but regardless, I'm going to move it onto Covanus and as this force bears down on him and tries to sort of lock him in place and crush him. You
can use mass to bend space. It's also time as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Almost like maybe then like it'd be sort of like I get the sort of similar to the dial thing again, like where I just distort space around him in the mass. And start like sort of like almost like crushing him using sort of like that sort of angle. But regardless, he needs to roll a strength saving throw.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
Who knows?
Oh, it's a 9.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's not good.
Yay, science!
Cool. Okay, so he'll take 2d6 bludgeoning.
Roll some damage.
That's not very good damage.
3 and a 1. Yep, that's 4 damage.
So not the best, but he is restrained.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Anything else in your turn, Krasus? Action, bonus action, movement.
Move my movement and my action. I'm all good.
Niles. It's time to unleash the fists of Owlin Fury.
Yeah. Well, I have a question.
Hello.
Yeah. We talked last session about a line and being able to use a line. I think as long as I burn a key point, I could use it like any time during the combat.
Yes,
on my
that's
turn
correct.
As an action?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. I'm going to use a line on Covanus.
Okay.
And bring his initiative to mine.
Okay. His initiative now becomes 6.
Does he move now?
He moves after Niles.
Okay, so I see.
And that's just a free thing that I can do. I still have my turn.
It's a free action, so it's a key point. You just concentrate, focus, begin moving yourself in line with him, and you watch as he falls into the same stance you do. Pulled.
Amazing.
Cool. This is actually really bad for action economy. He just skipped like 4 turns of attacks.
Yeah, isn't it just bringing him up the initiative?
I think Niles has a plan.
Okay. Alright, let's see how it goes.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
It turns out Niles doesn't have a plan.
It's like Covanus just skipped like 5 turns.
So he was on initiative count 18. So he was going to go in after Tetra.
He's over Harry, Tetra, and then Covanus.
So it's probably pretty good at the start of combat. During combat, it becomes almost like you give them a free attack. It could work though if you match it's a bit weird in combat actually.
It would work really well if you're forcing him to make a saving throw.
Yeah. Or if they've just cast shield, that basically ends their shield immediately.
Yeah,
and
that's a good
like
point.
there's actually
Can I
whole meta
rescind
to this
that
subclass. Yeah, sure. That's fine.
This is new territory. But it does have some interesting plays though. Like
it's a homebrew monk class. It's a homebrew monk class that I've created.
I thought I would basically make it so we'd get an extra round of combat against him.
I see, because you thought
it's actually not possible. Yeah. It's not possible to do that with the way it's set up deliberately, because otherwise that's ridiculous.
That's good. Yeah,
that'd be so unbalanced. At level 3, you can just be like, yeah, you don't get a turn this round, and you get a turn this round, and you get a turn this round. I'll just keep spending key points until you have no turns.
That's cool. Well, in that case, I'm just going to unleash Owlin Fury on Covanus.
Amazing.
A whole bunch.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All with advantage because he's.
If you're interested in checking out this custom subclass, the Way of Sympathy Monk, you can do so. It is on D&D Beyond, and it's on our wiki right now. You are able to play it. I've created this custom subclass for the monk, which I am very stoked.
Did you say that was with advantage, Jared? Sorry.
Because he's restrained. Sorry.
Yes, he's restrained to advantage.
Continue.
No, you're good. You're good. That's. I was gonna say if you want to play this, talk to your DM. I've already had someone email the Lost Archives cast to let me know that they've talked to the DM and the DM is allowing it at their table. So
wow,
yeah.
that's huge.
Considering we haven't like play tested this already yet. But so far it's good. 26 and 26, 26 and 26 Niles. Yeah, 26 hits. That's perfect.
I mean, I rolled the damage because I was pretty confident.
Yeah.
I hope that person's playing at their table gives you some feedback. So
yeah, please.
I've asked them to. Yeah, I've asked them to. They said they would. So I've asked them to. Thank you so much again for reaching out. Like, absolutely, thank you so much. And yeah, please, if you're listening right now, please give me some feedback on how it goes and how your DM finds it. I'm looking forward to getting some feedback on that because we're going to play test it. I think it's doing pretty well so far. Like it kind of turns Monk into crowd control, which is something Monk doesn't do at all.
Actually, I have to really get my head around the turn order and what it actually.
Me too, mate. And I created this.
Well, yeah.
Well, now you know though, Matt. It puts his turn behind yours. So like,
there are things you can do with that. You can end it quicker. Yeah.
So it does have application. It just it's a little bit fiddly.
I think I just have to because I'm looking at it on the D&D Beyond, and it's still the previous iteration.
Oh, have I not updated it? Oh,
yeah.
Because I had to create a new version. I need to. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have updated it, but I need to.
It says each round of combat you then choose whether you are the creature to go first. So
I'll need to. Yeah, sorry. I will need to update because I have updated it, but I haven't added that to your version.
That's fine.
So I will update your.
Totally
Yep, that's easy. I can do that in a heartbeat.
No, that's great. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Sorry, I accidentally moved Niles to 18 and Covanus to 6. So let me swap you guys back to their correct initiative order. There we go.
I'm just gonna use my key point to do flurry of blows. I'm gonna do some more punches on.
Absolutely.
Niles, you just see is pretty upset about the Crown of Madness fiasco, and he's just wailing on this Covanus, trying to do as much damage.
You took great offense to that, did you?
Throw all your key points into it. Do everything. Everything's advantage.
Okay, so that's just a regular 20 to hit. I'm assuming that will hit.
20 hits.
Yep, for 7, and then 25.
25
roll
hits.
There, so I'll get another 9. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of damage, actually.
Yes, keep going.
Anything else on your turn, Niles?
I've moved, I've done my attacks, I've used my bonus action for the flurry of blows. That's really all I can do.
25 damage in a single turn is not bad.
Not bad. I've been hanging on to that for a little while. You just see Niles just looks incised. How dare you get that spell past me and slip my mental defenses?
Actually, sorry, it is 25 total, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had shortchanged you one of those attacks. Niles, how do you want to do this? I hadn't entered in the 7. I'd just done the 2 9s. You were missing 7 damage.
Wow.
So
Okay,
I apologize,
Wow.
Niles. How do you want to do this?
You see Niles run across the room, finally shaken from his crown of madness, and you just see him lock eyes with Covanus, and you just see this this owl, my feathers sort of stand up on the plumage begins to plume up, my wings slick back, and I just fly at this Covanus like a bird of prey striking at its prey on the ground, and you just see I just lay in talons, fists, and I just go and strike. I try to aim at the weak points as well, where previous damage had been done, sort of striking at the crystals, aiming at any sort of weakness in this guy's defenses, and I just lay into him with these very practiced, well practiced strikes, using kind of almost like my talons, almost like acupuncture points,
Yes, this actually works really well with your subclass, the Wave Sympathy, because your eyes kind of focus in, and you see the path of ki flowing through his body, and your fists just strike each one of these wells, these points.
Yeah.
Niles, your first punch cracks across that open section, the section of skin that had caved in where Nauthiz had struck with that javelin, and you watch as the whole upper arm just cracks off and falls to the ground, stone and crystal just dropping. Covanus sort of wide-eyed looks and then looks back at you and goes, "No, I will not go back to the collective, not like this. Not as your second strike, right into the face, and the jaw cracks off, revealing this crystal all the way down the throat. You have no idea how this person moves and how they're alive. It doesn't seem like it should be possible. Yeah. As the jaw sort of hangs free, the eyes sort of look up. This darkness coming into them. The hand reaches out to grab you around the throat. Your third strike straight into the chest. There's this... And then silence for a few moments. A few small cracks begin down along the chest. And then Covanus just begins crumbling into crystal dust and marble in front of you. Yeah. The figure looking at you with angry eyes, tilting its head back, and you watch as this light burns in the eyes and mouth and blasts up into the roof of the cave, burning through stone above. And you watch as it cuts through into the sky above, sunlight pouring down as this blast of white hot light straight up out of its eyes and mouth. You are now out of initiative, all of you. At this moment, Balthazar rushes into the room, hands up. He's like, I'm ready! Let me out! Oh. Were the townsfolk safe?
We're all safe. No, we all did well. Balthazar, thank you. Your help was pivotal. Without that, yes, who knows how many more would have died. Were you able to help the one that got burnt?
Yes, I was able to cast Revivify and bring them back to life. Luckily, they had only dropped in the last 12 seconds or so, so I was able to quickly get them back up again. I could have done the same for you. I was keeping an eye out if any of you were to drop. I was ready to rush in. I had one more cast of Revivify ready to go.
Oh, don't worry about that. We're professionals.
Oh, yes, well, I could see that. Oh, my.
Perfect.
That was... In that light, was all the souls going home?
Oh, no, I Soul's going home.
I mean, he was eating something.
Yes, you saw that, Balthazar, just then. That was rather peculiar.
I wasn't sure what that was. I thought that was some sort of magic dissipating. Is that...
You mentioned the collective. Does that mean...
Michael, you might need to lean back a little bit just because the microphone's not picking you up. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, good. He mentioned the collective. Does that mean anything to you?
Collective. He's going to roll a history check. If anyone wants to... Actually, the only person who would be appropriate to roll history checks on this would be Krasus and... Actually, Tetra. You would be an appropriate person to roll a history check on this, the collective.
Yeah. Wait,
yes, you would.
Is it Tetra and Krasus?
Tetra and Krasus. Sorry, yep, both of you would be appropriate ones to roll a history check for this.
Oh, wow, we've got...
20 and 21. Amazing.
Wow.
Harry,
That's
very good
it,
question.
right?
Very good question, Harry. We'll get to you in a second. That's a very good question.
Yep.
Tetra and Krasus, as you sort of ponder and think across that, both of you have come across this word before, this name before, but in very, very different contexts. Krasus, you remember a book speaking about Genasi history from a very long time ago. And the Genasi obviously aren't... They were created on Nostea as a result of a failed experiment that blasted the inhabitants of the nearby cities with huge amounts of elemental energy in an attempt to break through to the elemental planes. A group of wizards, high elf wizards, were trying to basically, break through into the elemental planes and subvert the magic that was preventing interplanar travel. And that backfiring and release of energy basically infected all of the people within, I think it was 20 miles of this location, and turned them into Genasi. And those bloodlines of elemental energy be passed on from that point onwards. Very early on, you remember that wizard group, the group of mages who were trying to open that portal, were called the Collective. That was what they called themselves. That was the name of that group of wizards, mages, and witches. Tetra, you remember the name of the Collective. You're not quite sure how or why, but there's some importance there. It's a name that resonates with you, that you've heard many, many times before, a name that speaks to you. You have this bizarre feeling that you know the Collective. And I don't mean know of them, I mean personally. There's something about that. It's a group, and you have this feeling of camaraderie with them that you cannot quite explain.
Oh, you are the collective.
We are the collective.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, Tetra. There's this weird feeling of camaraderie. That name to you means comrades. It means allies, but you have no idea why.
Wow.
Harry, as you rush over and begin pouring through the calcified crystal and marble remains of this person, a once living being shattered into stone and crystal dust, you just begin pouring through the remains looking for anything shiny. As you turn over the hand that held the metal diamonds, the giant technology, the Heartstone that you've the Heartstaff, sorry. There is nothing but a burned out patch of scorched marble skin where that once was.
Just a quick question for you, Owen.
Hello.
So for my quick thing, just for my note taking.
Yeah.
So the wizards tried to open a portal to the elemental planes.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a problem. The magic flowed out and then turned humans into Genasi. Is that correct?
Humans, elves, anyone within 20 miles, any mortal race within 20 miles was turned into a Genasi, and that's how Genasi originate on Nostea.
Did that also explain why that's called the elemental states then? Because that energy also changed that. Okay, cool.
The landscape as well, yeah. So I can actually give you the specific. I've got because with your high roll, you would have all of this. I will send you through the full Genasi history. You can read through at your leisure that I've typed up for this. But essentially, it was a group of human and. So you go.
I was just going to say that's cool because I can keep it on my computer and I can actually bring that up as something I can actually pinpoint if I ever need to.
Yeah, so it was a human and elven group of mages, allied mages from the city of Sabrasis, who'd been trying to activate and break through into the elemental planes, and it backfired. Like Chernobyl, essentially, just released this raw, chaotic elemental energy into the lands around. Anyone within 10 miles of the city was transformed into a Genasi. Such fun. I'm just reading back on all the stuff I read about the Genasi. I really enjoyed all of the lore building for the Genasi, and it's exciting to have a chance to explore some of it.
Niles is probably looking at the body more so. You mentioned before when I was delivering the final strikes that that Niles is a bit concerned or a bit confused as to how this being was alive.
There's and their whole body is crystal inside. It's like layers of marble and crystal interwoven, almost like a geode. Niles, as you turn towards Tetra looks exactly the same, just a much darker stone and amethyst crystals instead.
Geode. Okay. Interesting. That was rather strange. Does anyone know what that light display was? That was curious.
I mean, we can guess, but I don't think. Well, I wasn't able to figure out that.
We can only hope, I guess.
He mentioned something about the collective. For someone who's about to die, saying that he's going to return to the collective is a rather strange thing to say. I feel like we haven't. This may not be the end of him. I feel like he escaped.
I have a feeling like you might be right. Maybe that was him returning to the collective.
But then again, what is the collective?
I can actually answer that question. I'm going to just detail everything that Owen told me to everyone. I'm not going to roleplay that.
Oh, okay. So
a lot of information. Yeah. And that's the collective. A race of people that were turned into Genasi, and there we go. I'll just transition that way.
Interesting.
The way he said return, though, I mean, he didn't seem like he was just some sort of avatar homunculus being remotely piloted by himself, far back away. I mean, he seemed like he was definitely there, right?
I mean, he did split himself into pieces, but...
That's true. That was a neat trick. Krasus, is the collective, in your notes, is the collective still around? Are they still an active group, or are they only around during the...
As far as history knows, Krasus, the collective were destroyed. The mages who tried to unleash this energy were all killed instantly when they unleashed this energy. And anyone who was like in the room where it happened, anyone who was in the building where they unleashed the spell, yeah, get that out of your head now. Anyone who was in the building when this spell went off, as far as anyone knows, they were instantly vaporized. There was nothing left. Only a crater where this once hallowed institution of learning and magical experimentation took place. But only a crater was left.
Okay. So, yes, the collective, they were elven and human mages, and all the ones that were involved in the spell were basically, well, vaporized as far as we're aware. So, as far as we're aware, the collective that day vanished then and there. To reappear, I look at our good old friend. Is it Balthazar?
Balthazar, yeah. The mage, she's sort of standing there going, yes, this correlates with what I know. Balthazar rolled an 18. You guys actually know more than him about this.
Oh, nice. I will look at him then. I'm not going to be going back to the university for a while. When I imagine you might be going back before me. If you do,
oh yes.
Please let them know that the collective might be reappearing, or at least some variation of it. But definitely tell them about the fact that he died, and well, we think he still might be alive in some capacity.
Died.
Exactly.
The liberal.
Bunny ears on the die. Look at Harry.
Indeed. Well, I'll definitely report that back. I think that's rather concerning. I remember learning about the collective when I was studying my history of the Southern Ocean states, and yes, indeed, it's rather concerning. I was thought that they were all dead, but maybe not.
Maybe, like, instead of being vaporized, maybe the whole place warped somewhere.
Maybe. I do have one question, though. Tetra, I don't mean to be rude. I just can't help but notice some of the similarities between you and our, fractured friend here, as he looks down at the shattered body.
We seem to be of a similar lineage, don't we? I mean, the thought of collective feels familiar, but I think it's one mind, one purpose. One mind, one purpose. But I'm not 100% sure.
What?
That was all Michael. I have nothing to do with this. That's fantastic.
What do you mean?
Michael, that's 100% now going to be like their one mind, one purpose. That's their thing. I'm writing that down. That's brilliant. I love that so much.
Oh, they're a hive mind. Okay.
Well, in any case, it looks like our job here is done. Well, more questions than answers, I think.
Well, I might have a bit of a potter around and see if there's any notes or of anything the like that I might have a bit of a look through, and I'll take them back and we'll... I mean, did you want me to show them to the university first, or maybe let Mira and Azura have a flick through them? Maybe more Mira and Griswold. Why don't I take these notes back, make copies, and then provide the copies to the university? We'll keep the originals with the Tempest Guild.
I was about to say that. Yeah, perfect.
I think it's best if we keep this in-house at the moment. And while I'm not technically a part of the Tempest Guild, I do sometimes consult for them in an official capacity. As he sort of like puffs his chest up a bit proudly. Yes, I'll
I look at Niles. Just to see his reaction.
Yes,
Oh my god, carry on way too long.
Yes, I'll take some copies and report this back. I probably should be making my way back to Oxenfurt. I was going to ask, these villagers here, is it safe for them to go back to their town, or should I take them with me to Oxenfurt for the time being?
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah, take them with you, maybe.
Might be wise.
Right, well, I might spend the next little bit crafting a teleportation circle, and I'll see if I can get this lot back with me to Oxenfurt. What about you lot? Where are you going next?
Oh, so, like, we still need to, like, go back to that sphere, right?
Oh, yeah.
We also need to have a nap.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning, isn't it? It's like...
No, you guys slept through the night. It's like mid-morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Get up, have quick fight before brunch.
Yeah.
afternoon nap then. Very good.
Krasus, do you want to have a look at the shrine over there? I don't know much about magic, but it might be some good stuff there to have a look at.
Oh, actually, I haven't really been in the room much, to be honest. So
that's true.
I'll take it in now.
Harry,
So
do
is
you
there
need
like a
a hand
shrine
looking
over-
over? Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Harry, perhaps while Krasus is looking at that shrine, we can peek over and see if there's anything that the Genasi will head. Maybe I can help you have a look.
Maybe I can sell
Like
something.
that one that exploded into water. What?
It went poof, and then
Poof.
some quality
I would-
H2O.
I would suspect that it is our friend over there's magic at play for that one's demise. Look at Ember. Interesting abilities you have.
Yeah, just a couple of tricks that I've picked up along the way. So love my fire.
So, quick question: when you were introduced, I wasn't here that session. Did Ember actually give a bit of a talk about what he is and what abilities he has?
Yeah, a little bit. Do you want to? Yeah, I mean, you can go into more detail now. It was very brief. Yeah, it was like I'm a druid.
Okay, it
I
was
like
very
fire.
brief.
Yeah. No. So look, essentially, I've left my small little hometown just to try and develop my fire powers, essentially. So I brought my little friend Flicker along with me, and we're going to head out, visit some other towns, do some training, and collect little markers to show that I've actually achieved all these tasks.
Yeah, so you've got, I think it's 8 totems you need to collect from the various groves. Yeah. Eight totems that you need to collect from the various groves, and then you can return home to your grove and take on the Grove Master Champion position. Basically, become a Grove Master.
Is this sort of like a pilgrimage?
It is. It's when you turn at the right age, you get to pick your family totem and your little creature, and you head out into the wide world.
So you leave, let's say you leave at 18 and you come back as an 18-year-old as well still? Is that how it works? That happened in Pokemon.
We don't question the aging in our
Actually,
town.
never aged.
When we come back.
You come back.
What is
Firbolg's age extremely slowly compared to. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so far you've not been to any of the groves you need to get to yet, Ember. But
No, I imagine I've just left. So the whole reason I'm in here actually is because they told me that they had a great purpose or a great task I needed to achieve, and sounded like what I had to head out to do, and that's why.
You just left your grove and immediately was ambushed.
No, not immediately.
You've been in the world for a couple of months, traveling around. You've been out and about for a while.
That would have been so funny. This is really ambushed.
And then team cultists interrupted him, and
he took a couple steps in some extra long grass.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for that long grass. No, you've been out for a while.
Your type of magic very interesting. I think because I'm a little bit more suited to the water the earth styles. It would be interesting to see if there's any combination spells we could cast or any overlap we could have.
Oh, I'd love to learn some new moves. That's for sure. So I can teach you as well. But it'd be great. I mean, are you guys going to be traveling around? I haven't really heard much about your group, but
don't worry.
I haven't heard of the Tempest Guild.
There we go. You've set him off. Niles, go and chat with our friend here while I look at this.
Come here, Ember. I'll fill you in.
Let me tell you the tale of Wiltix and Lyra. Oh, that's hilarious.
You just see Niles just run over to Ember and just begins filling him in with the entire story of the Tyranny of Dragons, just completely
the whole thing.
We go back and we start the podcast.
So for those of you who are watching and haven't watched Tyranny of Dragons, this is a really good time to go back and watch and listen to all 100 and I think it's 24 episodes of Tyranny of Dragons.
More than that, wasn't it?
I think it's 124 from memory.
Oh, is it 124? Okay.
Yeah, I think it is from memory. I think that's about right. But yeah, definitely. If you're enjoying this and you want to see even more of this and see where this started, I do thoroughly recommend it. I definitely recommend the podcast for the first 30 episodes, just because like the visuals, it took me a while to get the visuals looking real nice, but once I got them looking real nice, they were good, but it did take a little bit. I was new to it, but the podcast is very easy to listen to, and I've actually just started re-listening to it again, and it's genuinely very enjoyable.
Audio book of Niles reading the story of
Yes.
Yeah.
Done. I think that'd be great, and I want it from Niles' perspective too, so it's not even objective. It's like, and then this dragon who stank, by the way, had his ass kicked in the town. It was terrible. Even though, like, that was the duel that what's his face lost against Langdedrosa.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be very funny.
So there's 105 episodes. There's 124 videos on the podcast.
Right, because I wasn't.
I think you've halved
some.
some.
I was halving some of them. That's right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is correct. Doth Mirror the Wise, not a tale the other adventurers would tell you. Nice, Ali. That's awesome. Alrighty. So while Krasus goes over to have a bit of a look through, Tetra, you've started to head over to the water. Genasi remains. Yeah, there's nothing left, just this puddle of water and the clothes that they were wearing, along with some equipment. Tetra, as you pour through their belongings, would you like to roll me an investigation check, please?
Sure.
See what you find on the. I mean, if you wanted to refill your canteen, could be a good chance to do that. 17, Tetra. As you look through, you find 2 sapphires that you estimate are probably worth about 30 gold pieces each. You also find a scroll that you do not know what it is.
Okay.
And was there anything? Did Covanus drop anything at all, like other than just sort of the rocky ashes?
The robe the robe that he was wearing is still there. It's kind of like split and fallen to the ground. It took a lot of fire damage from, like, I think it was 7 scorching rays in the end that hit him, like the beams of scorching rays. So there's not much left of the robe. But do you want to have a pour through? Make an investigation check. Absolutely.
Is someone more investigative than Lyra? She could like to help someone.
I am, but I'm also at the shrine, so I don't know. It feels a bit meta for me to.
Do it. You can do it, Lyra.
I'll help.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, this is just like...
Blind leading blind.
I think Nauthiz is going to need a help action then, Lyra. That's a 7. 10. Okay. As you begin looking through, the robes, a lot of cloth. This robe, it's a lot of cloth. There's some pockets. You like feel in the pockets. There's some gold. You pull it out. 5 gold pieces. The coins are from the Genasi states, from the elemental states, but gold coins are denominated. Like, you can use any denomination across all of Oshia. There's an agreement that coins are worth the same across the entire Ocean continent. So the Genasi gold is the same as gold that you would spend in Oxenfurt or Palin or any of the other major cities of Oshia. There are 5 gold pieces. There are 22 silver pieces and 13 copper pieces. I'll type that out for you if you like. 5 GP.
Well, that happening, so she holds up the robes, all in tatters, and just sort of showing it around to the room. She's like, does anyone have mending? I mean, these robes are kind of cool, and, I got a cool cloak out of all this, and maybe someone wants some cool robes if we can, stitch it back together again with all the squash holes.
As Lyra holds the robes up, there's this sort of sudden jingle and clink, and you watch as something small and metallic drops out from one of the pockets and bounces on the floor a few times before sort of almost like rolling to a bit of a standstill. It looks to be vaguely spherical in shape, with these weird dints on the side that sort of cave in, creating these pockmarked shadows across the smooth circular surface. It looks to be made of some metal, maybe like a bronze or a copper.
Oh, what is that?
I'd poke it, but I'm afraid it might explode.
Now it's picked it up.
It's not the green goblin bomb. It's not a pumpkin bomb. Who's picked it up? Nauthiz?
Yep.
Yeah, Nauthiz. Legend. As you pick it up, Nauthiz, this soft glow begins to pulse from it. And you watch as on the back of your hand, the same glow begins to emanate. and the glow quickly spreads to the people closest to you. First, you, then Harry, then Lyra, then Tetra, then Krasus, then Niles, then Ember, until all of your metal implant, these like fragments of metal diamond embedded into your hand, begin pulsing with the same light and frequency. Balthazar, who's like literally just about to leave, pauses, looks and goes, "Oh, well, that can't be." And then for you, the world goes silent and dark. For all of you, there is silence. You hear nothing, you see nothing. But you feel almost a sense of motion pulling at you, twisting as you tumble through some massive, empty, infinite void. Until suddenly, this light ringing in your ears, the first sensation that comes back to you, before light suddenly, frighteningly takes up your vision. And as you blink and hold your hands up, you see you are no longer in your bodies, but once again, looking through the eyes of long dead giants. And that is where we are going to wrap up for tonight.
Nice.
Very cool.
Wow.
So, I am going to send each of you over the next few days a thing. I would like you to look through it, and if there's anything you'd like to change or adjust, let me know. But there will be some new things that we're playing with, and I'm also going to as well start working on character art of your giant counterparts as well.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's interesting.
Because the bodies that you inhabit when you have these visions are going to be consistent every time. I originally was going to have it be new ones each time, but actually I think the emotional connection of having it be the same people is just so much more powerful. So
That's interesting.
we're going to be working, I'll be working with each of you on those things. However, for tonight, what I'll get Simon and Dave to do, because you haven't had a giant vision yet, I'm going to get the two of you to roll me a dice to see what type of giant you are when you have these visions. So, could I have each of you roll me I believe it's a D6. Yes, D6.
I was there last time, Owen.
Oh, you have had one. Sorry, then it's just Simon. Apologies, it's just Simon. Simon, could you please roll me a D6?
Can't remember what I was, but like...
That's right, I can always look back. Oh, 5. A cloud giant.
Cool.
Brilliant. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Well, everybody, that is all from... Oh, yeah, go.
I'm so sorry. I just feel like this is probably like a bit silly, but
Yeah.
I know you rolled, but Ember for me just screams fire giant.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I rescind that roll. That's a good point. I just thought maybe you want to be an ice giant. Maybe you want to be an ice giant. Maybe go for the opposite. It's up to you, Ember. So I'll tell you what. Let's have a chat about this. Let's have a chat about it. And for all of you, I know you've already inhabited the visions of a giant once, but I will have a chat with each of you, and there is a chance that we can modify your giants, because the way that we're kind of do this with the homebrewing heading forwards, there are abilities that your giants have which you might be able to call upon in times of need.
Oh, that's cool.
And vice versa.
That's really cool.
So we'll have a chat about that. So yeah.
interesting.
We'll have a chat about
That's
that.
really cool.
And I'm happy to tease this for the audience because I'm really excited about this stuff. The ideas I've had about this, I'm very, very excited. So yeah, tell you what then, let's have a chat, Ember. Obviously, Fire Giant makes a lot of sense, but
a fire flying type. Who knows?
yeah, Cloud Giant could be useful for
fire
you.
dragon.
So yeah, we'll have a chat about that. But yeah, stay tuned. I will be posting the artwork of the giant forms for each of these characters on the Discord and on the ArtStation page as well, where you'll find all of the artwork. I'll also chuck it up on Twitter because why not? And I'll be posting some more hints and teasers about this in the coming days as we get closer to the next session. But yeah, we've got some fun stuff for next session. Don't worry, I've got some cool stuff planned. But from all of us here tonight, that is a very, very lovely good night. We will wish you all a good night and Godspeed. We will see you all again very, very soon. But from all of us here, stay safe, stay well, and see you all again soon, everybody. Bye!
See you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.
you.